You're not going to lose your job to AI. You're going to lose your job to people who are using AI and have just completely maximized their productivity. I know I've personally done that, so I really recommend you do that as well. Hey everyone, welcome to my podcast where I talk about health, wealth, and happiness. So today I wanted to go through all the AI tools that I use on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully you can take advantage of some of these tools as well, because the catchphrase or the saying now is you're not going to lose your job to AI, you're going to lose your job to people who are using AI and have just completely maximized their productivity. I know I've personally done that, so I really recommend you do that as well. So let me go through on a day-to-day basis the tools that I use and the tools that I think you should be using as well to maximize and get the most out of your time. So the most famous one you may have heard of is OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. And this is a very comprehensive learning module where you can type in and you can get long form answers. So I use this for day-to-day work, my client work, my personal work, and for anything long form, it comes really in handy. If you are using it for client work, what I do recommend is going into the settings tab, and there's an option where you switch on that disables anything that you type in going out into the learning module out there. So basically it stays localized to a certain extent, the best as it can, I suppose. But I recommend doing that if the type of stuff that you're putting there is sensitive in nature, so it stays localized. Shout out to Stuart for teaching me that. I might actually try and get him on the podcast as well. He's a wealth of knowledge. Secondly, for smaller questions, like if you've got questions that that come up and previously you used to Google these, there's a better way of doing it, which is using a search engine or a bunch of other tools. So I do my preferred search engine is Brave Search. So it's search.brave.com. Incidentally, there are a browser first, and I guess also they have the search capability as well. So let me just quickly explain. They've got a browser. So if you search for Brave browser, it'll come up. It's developed on the Chromium infrastructure, which means you can have Chrome extensions on that. The good thing is it's a privacy-based browser. So there's no tracking, and cookies and all of that stuff is left behind, and you're getting a more private and safer user experience. So highly recommend the Brave browser, and of course you can use their search as well. So again, search.brave.com, and with that one, if you type in, hey, what's the capital of Australia, you'll get an aggregated or curated response, which will tell you the answer straight away. And I use this quite often. The second way I use is a tool called, this is also a Chrome extension, but I guess it's a front end to ChatGPT. And these guys have just put a nice interface with the Chrome extension, and there's a small mobile app as well. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this, so I'll spell it for you. It's Voila. However you say that. There's another one out there called Merlin. So all of these are, I guess, as I said, front ends to a bunch of learning modules that you can actually select. The other one that's trying to keep up at the moment is Elon Musk's one, X's one, which is called Grok. And Grok is pretty good. It's not quite there to the standard of ChatGPT yet. It is trying. The images are probably in par with that for sure. The answers are more user-centric because it's connected to a whole bunch of user bases, I guess, in terms of the posts that come out on X. So in that aspect, it is good. So if you want sort of accurate, up-to-date information, Grok is good. But for more comprehensive, detailed items, ChatGPT is still winning. A new player has come into the scene, which is called DeepSeek, and they are owned by a Chinese company, and there are confirmations that the CCP actually has information to any of the data that goes in. So be mindful of that when you're using, if you do decide to use it. I'm personally not, because I guess I'm very privacy based person. So DeepSeek is out for me, even though I have heard it does produce really good results within the short span that it's been alive. Alive. What else is there? For academics and people who are wanting to write long form articles and posts, Perplexity is a really good one. I've used that a couple of times. I mean, it's not my go-to one. Just used it for curiosity's sake. Other ones that are built into the phones, such as the Meta AI, Gemini on the Samsungs, I don't use any of them because they're just data collecting behemoths that feed into the mothership, right? No, I'm sounding like I really want to be cautious, and maybe I shouldn't even be on the internet. And I know that's the comments that are going to come up here, but it's not. It shouldn't be an all or nothing phase, right? You shouldn't be putting everything out there or living in a cabin in the woods. There are happy mediums that you can come to, and these are the happy mediums that I've actually sort of compromised with, that I'm okay with using. So again, just to recap what I've said, use ChatGPT for work and client stuff, but make sure you put the privacy settings on so the data stays localized. For smaller stuff, use Brave's search engine. That's a really good one because, as I said, it's a privacy-based search. You can use that Viola one or Merlin as well, which are Chrome extensions. And for sort of up-to-date user-centric one, Grok is great, and I would avoid everything else. So that's basically in terms of AI. That's how I would do it. Good luck. Just jump on it. There's nothing to be scared of. Actually, one more point. I will add on to this a little bit more. When giving the prompt to the AI platform, be as thorough as you can. Okay, what I mean by that is when you're writing the prompt, write it in a succinct manner, step by step. This is what I want you to produce. This is the background information. This is what I have already. As if you're sort of explaining this to someone across the table, and you're going, you're wanting to explain something. So, for example, if you want to write an article about weight loss, go, hey, I'm a female that is 20 years old. I am wanting to write an article for single mums who don't have much time, who consider themselves overweight and would like to lose, X amount of kilos in X amount of weeks, and use references from health websites, use scientific data, and just go through it step by step. So the prompt should be as detailed as you can, to the point that whoever's reading it in the back end, obviously it's an AI module, but if someone read that, they go, oh, it's really clear. It's like a brief. You're giving the computer system, the AI module, a brief of exactly what you want. And then in return for that, the output is solid. Okay, so try it that way, not just a one-liner. Don't write, hey, give me a weight loss article that's 300 words. That's what most prompts are. The output is good, but you can get a really tailored output with that, the amount of information. Another thing I will say is, I was recently talking to a university professor from Deakin, actually. Lovely guy, and he was telling me the troubles that he's actually having from identifying, what's written by the AI versus what's not. And there are mechanisms that he's actually put in as well. He's personally not a fan, and I've explained the way I've been using it, and he's just going, yeah, man, look, at least you're putting in the effort of putting all of this information in. Whereas some of his students, you can just tell that it's a complete AI written thing, and so basically what I was trying to say is academics know if you've gotten AI to write all your stuff. So don't do it. Do the right thing. Do your research. Just use these tools as an aid, as a, where to check spelling and grammar and just the basic things. But you really still have to do the heavy lifting and do the hard yards. I mean, especially if you're a student in school, do the hard yards in terms of preparing yourself, because otherwise when you come to exam time or assignment time, AI is not going to be there to help you, at least not yet, but who knows what the future holds. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this helps you. Good luck, get on board, but use it wisely, cautiously, but there are powerful tools out there. Thanks. Bye. See you in the next one.